live stream classes, access to expert teachers, progress reports, and past exam papers. Download Mwalimu Plus app from App Store and Google Play Store today. Install, register, and get a 20% discount for signing up using the promo code K24. Mwalimu Plus, building your child's future.
The market's demand for tomatoes is always high in Kenya. This explains why tomato farming in the country is such a profitable business idea. A well-grown tomato fruit can weigh more than 150 grams and give a yield of more than 30 tons per acre. One can eat the tomatoes while fresh, cook them as vegetables, add to salads, or get the processed tomatoes. Growing tomatoes in a greenhouse can extend the harvest season by several months, but this isn't the only benefit. It also shields them from rain, which can facilitate fungal disease, among other benefits. Today, we highlight different ways that you can plant your tomatoes.
Tomatoes are an important commercial crop for many horticultural farmers across the country. The market is strong and also the crop is relatively easy to grow. So in today's episode of Kilimo na Biashara, we're going to focus on tomato farming, and we are in Lachia Farm in Kajiado County, and we're going to show you how to grow tomatoes in an automated greenhouse, semi-automated, and also in an open field. So join me in the farm. Let's go. Judy.
Hi, Linda.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, I've come to your farm.
Okay, welcome to Lachia.
Thank you so
that
much.
you can see what we do.
Ah, okay.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, as you're going in, first you have to dip your feet. This is a disinfectant. We use the normal jig so that we can disinfect our feet in case you came from a place whereby you had pathogens or bacteria.
Yeah.
Okay, apart from that, once you enter your propagation unit,
Yeah.
you have to make sure you close the door. Because it's a protected environment. If you don't close the door, the chances that the pest will come in. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a propagation unit.
Yeah,
whereby
this
we
is
do whereby we do a propagation of different horticultural crops. Whereby we do tomatoes, we have spinach, we have bulb onions, then we have lettuce.
So Judy, even before we talk about the crops, what are the necessities required in a propagation house?
Okay, in a propagation setup, as a farmer, if you're planning to invest to do a propagation unit, you have to put in mind that you have to construct a greenhouse so that you'll be having a protected area whereby you can be growing your seedlings, all the horticultural crops. So after doing the greenhouse construction, you have to put in mind that you won't do it on the soil as we do the open field nurseries. So you have to modify everything whereby you'll be having the tables as the ones we can see. Then you won't do the seeds on the soil, so you must be having the seedling trays. We have different types of seedling trays, whereby we have like these ones, they're known as the pots. We have the normal seedling tray like this one, but they come in various sizes, so it depends with the farmer.
And is there a reason as to why you can use a tray or the pots?
For tomatoes, we know they're heavy feeders. Okay, when we talk about heavy feeders, they're crops which require a lot of nutrients for them to produce. There are others which are not that heavy feeders, So that is why you'll see that there is a variation. For tomatoes that we are propagating for greenhouse production, we use the pots, so that we can ensure we have a good root system, unlike when propagating the tomatoes for the open field. Because for the open field, the duration of the time the tomatoes will take in the farm is less as compared to a greenhouse tomato.
You've said tomatoes are heavy feeders, so which type of nutrients does it require?
Tomatoes in the propagation unit, we don't use soil, we use soil-less medias. We have different types of medias that you can use. We have peat moss, that is one. We have cocoa peat. You can use vermiculite or pumice. For our case here, we usually use cocoa peat and we mix with vermiculite.
With this soilless media, where can someone get it? Is it found locally?
For the cocoa peat, vermiculite you have to buy. Okay, we are saying they're soilless medias, so you have to buy them. There are people who supply them, just go and purchase them.
So when you talk about nutrients, which type of nutrients does it require?
So we target to use a fertilizer which is high in P, that is phosphorus. But we don't forget the other elements, that is the NPK, nitrogen and potassium, because they're very essential. It's still a seedling, so it requires the vegetative growth, so it will require nitrogen.
So which type of irrigation system have you adopted here?
During the initial stages, when the seeds are yet to germinate, we use the misters. Why? Because if, for example, I'll take a watering can, a normal watering can, and I'll be watering my tray, there is a possibility I'm going to wash away my seedlings due to that splash. But with misters, the water it's very tiny, it comes in form of a mist, so it won't interfere with the seeds.
So how long does tomatoes take to germinate here before it gets transplanted to the next section?
For tomatoes, they take 7 days to germinate. Then from there, they'll take, from germination, after they germinate, they're going to take roughly 21 days. Then they're ready for transplanting.
So how do you control pests and diseases here?
In the propagation unit, like we said, you have to make sure that once you enter in the propagation unit, you close your door. You also do scouting. In case you get pests, you're going to take the measures. For our case, we do integrated pest management. Hereby we're incorporating all the methods of pest control. We'll go to the greenhouse now, which is the advanced greenhouse, so that you can see where the tomatoes are. We have a very good crop there, which has already been transplanted.
All right, let's go see.
Okay, thank you. Linda, meet Joshua, who is in charge of greenhouse A.
Hello, Joshua.
Hello.
Uh-huh.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. This is beautiful, Joshua.
Yeah, wow, it's beautiful.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
And you have only tomatoes here.
Yeah, we only do tomatoes. We don't do any other thing here. Yes.
And which type of technology is this? I'm totally impressed.
Actually, this is the advanced greenhouse, whereby everything is automated. Yeah, from the top vents, the side curtains, and even the screen.
Wow,
Yes.
tell me about them.
Tomato need a given temperature. For it to get the optimum temperature, the screen curtain is there. The screen curtain will always either close or open depending with the weather. When it is cool, it will be open. When it is hot, it will close, just to reduce that heat that the tomato is getting. Yeah, and again during the night, it sometimes close, just to provide that optimum temperature in the greenhouse.
We are just from the propagation section, and right here, what happens in this area?
Yeah, what happens is that we fertigate. The system is fertigation, yeah, whereby we mix our fertilizer, the solution A and B, yeah, in the pump house. After that, they come together with the water.
Which type of irrigation system have you adopted in this area?
We have the drips, and the emitters, they have been raised. Each plant has the emitters, yeah. So we give each plant water together with the nutrients. Yes.
You said it's an integrated system. What are the requirements here?
There are other activities that take place. Yeah. For example, immediately you transplant. The first activity is to support the plants, because actually we transplant them when they are of big size, around 45 to 60 centimeter. Yeah. So the first thing you will do is staking. Yeah, staking, I mean, you will have the hooks and the string. Yeah, you will have to do twisting, meaning you support the plant, because when you don't support them, some of them will break or bend down. Yeah, so that's the immediate activity.
So you're saying the more it grows, the more the production. What is the growth process of these tomatoes?
Actually, this is indeterminate variety. Yeah, it means it grows continuously.
Joshua, let's take, for example, this particular one here that is next to us. How much can it produce?
The minimum kg it can produce is 10 kg, but for us, with our good management, we do up to 15 kg.
So which type of pest control practices have you adopted here?
We have the traps. We have the yellow roller trap, that is for white flies. White flies are attracted to yellow colors, and you realize that roller trap is sticky. So when they go there, actually they get trapped. Yeah. Apart from the roller trap, we also have the orivers, the blue one and the yellow one. The blue ones are for thrips. Thrips are attracted to blue color. Yeah, and the yellow one is for white flies, and also the leaf miner.
Joshua, I'm seeing this white polythene that has covered vermiculite and coco peat. What is the importance of covering it?
This is hydroponic. The soil has a problem of soil-borne diseases, and actually we have to introduce this, yeah, to prevent the soil-borne diseases or the pests entering in our bags. Yes, and also again for hygiene purposes.
Joshua, tell me, for someone who's intending to venture into this business, how much capital is needed and how are the returns on investment?
Automated one actually needs a lot of money, yeah, because there's a lot of things that we have put here, yeah, from the irrigation system, yeah, from the automation of vents, the side curtain, yeah, and the screen. For the automation, maybe 5 million Kenyan shillings. The returns, maybe you'll get your money back maybe after 3 years of production.
We are taking a short commercial break, but we still have a lot lined up for you, so don't go away.
Majina ni Martha Wangare. Kwetu ni Laikipia County.